Thank the chairman. On March 13th, 2020, President Trump declared a national emergency for COVID. Under the NEA, President Biden most recently extended that emergency on February 18th. President Trump, when he declared that, said, quote, "I have the right to do a lot of things that people don't even know about," end quote, during a national emergency. To prove my lack of care about who's in the Oval Office, I find that to be more than troubling. I introduced the Article 1 Act in response to President Trump's use of the National Emergency Act on a number of different things, including the wall, which I fully support as a matter of policy, and even supported its use as an emergency item for a brief time with the dollars used to go fund the wall. But it was my belief that those are supposed to expire, and that in fact we should take extra steps to ensure Congress has more power to check the executive branch. I did that when President Trump was president. Co-sponsored it with Mike Lee on the Senate side, had some Republican colleagues supporting it, and some Democrat colleagues who expressed interest, because we should be checking the executive branch. This is one of those situations where this is important for Congress to step in, because what we're dealing with here is the powers that then flow from a National Emergency Act declaration. It establishes a six-month congressional review process. Unfortunately, we didn't do that last Congress. We should have. We should do that. We should wipe the slate clean for virtually all of these, some odd 40 national emergencies dating back to the 1970s. And I hope that some of my colleagues in the committees of jurisdiction, whether it's T&I in this case or any others, will address that, and that we'll have hearings on that. I think we've already covered why we're past the point of needing to do this, but just understand that the extent of the powers under a national emergency are really significant, extraordinarily significant. And it kind of makes points like, it's, why is ending an emergency a bad thing? Like, that should be the goal, right? Just be able to get through the emergency and then get out of the emergency. The end of the emergency should be inherently good, and to argue otherwise, in my opinion, proves there is no emergency. We are past the point of it being an emergency, well beyond that point. And I would hope and ask that our colleagues support this. I yield back.
Thank you. Gentlelady from Indiana is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.